If you're into that 80s vibe, you can check out the Club Vector clothing range. Link for that is down below, as is the link for U7 Buy. Cut out the nonsense of FIFA points and the random gamble, and just go straight to the source. Use the code TVM at checkout. What is going on, guys? TVM here. Welcome back to another video, and yes, I am going to do this. We are going to review the Team of the Year nominee, and I can't even believe I'm saying that. Team of the Year nominee, Totyn Henderson. Now, is there any point reviewing these Team of the Year nominee cards because they've only really gone up in one here or there? You could be the judge of it. Of course, Totyn Henderson is a bit of a meme, really. I wouldn't normally do this, but any Liverpool player that's relatively cheap, and I will go out and buy them just for the sake of buying them. I am a Liverpool fan, obviously. I put him into the team because I've got sort of a Liverpool sort of triangle going on, so I just replaced Roberto Firmino with Henderson, and he had, I would say, 4 games that were amazing. One was a bit dodgy. 4 games were decent. The one game that he had in those 4, absolutely superb. He stopped every single attack by himself, and it's a bit of a weird one, but I'm going to show you that game for the most part in its entirety as soon as we get through the initial stats here. So 3-star, 3-star, high, 6 foot. He's not going to be a card you use in Foot Champs. He's not going to be a card that you all rush out and buy as soon as I've done this because you think he's the best CDM in the game. However, if you're a Liverpool fan in particular, he's so cheap, go and buy him. If you're not a Liverpool fan, you don't really hate Liverpool like most of the country, then again, this could be for you and you might want to try him out. Honestly, I had a lot of fun with him. And the amazing thing about this is if you give him the Chem style that I've given him, which is a Powerhouse, he goes from an 83 rated CDM to a 90 rated CDM. So even though his stats don't look amazing, he's still a 90 rated CDM with that Chem style. So his pace 66 and 65, not great. That has been improved, I believe, over the base. I've got the base card next to me. There's no point showing you, but I'll tell you what he's gone up in. So positioning, shot power, long shots, volleys, and no, that's it for shooting. They've all gone up by 1. In terms of the passing, we've got the short passing, long passing, and vision. The only 3 you really care about there. They've all gone up by 1. And again, it's the same situation in dribbling. So reactions, ball control, and composure have all gone up by 1. The only ones I really care about. Stand tackle, defensive awareness, and interceptions have all gone up by 1. Again, the only 3 that I care about. And stamina and aggression have gone up. Would have been nice to see the strength go up by 1, but that doesn't really make that much of a difference. It's only by 1, you know. These Team of the Year nominee cards, they're nice. You know, it's nice to have them in packs, but it's not like I'm not rushing out to replace my current Firmino with the blue Firmino. I mean, it looks better. The card design is glorious, but I'm not that way inclined to just go and rush out and buy them all just because they've gone up by 1, you know? With that being said, though, with the Powerhouse Chem style, he does go up to 90 defensive awareness. He goes up to 86 interceptions, goes up to 96 stand tackle and 86 slide tackle. And then, of course, his passing goes up to 99, short passing, that is. Vision up to 94, and long passing up to 95, with curve and crossing both getting boosts as well. As I say, 90 rated CDM. Now, the team that I've got him in, those on the road to glory will be familiar with most of these players. My Joe Gomez has now been boosted up to an 85, as I'm sure everybody's cards have been boosted up by now. I've got Corona on the bench. He went from an 84 to an 86 because Porto progressed through. You can expect a few player reviews on those type of cards from me today and tomorrow. In particular, Alejandro Gomez. Everyone thought I was stupid for doing that. Who's laughing now? Might actually name the video that as well. But I built this team purely to get goals with Zaha so we could get Gbamin. I can't score with him. I think I've scored 1 goal with Zaha in about 5 or 6 games. Absolute nightmare. But Totyn Henderson's performances have been nothing short of fantastic. So I think I'm going to let the game play out as I played it, and I don't think I'm going to edit anything. Obviously, I'll only show you the first half. The second half, I'll show you the end result as well, just so you know I'm not talking absolute nonsense. But I wasn't reviewing Totyn Henderson here, if that makes sense, right? I did have him in the team, but obviously as we do reviews, what I tend to do is I'll play some games like this. So I'll play 5 games not off camera. I'll record them, but I'll play them off camera, and I won't react to them. You know, I'll just record them without a face cam, without volume on or anything, and I'll just record the gameplay. And then what I tend to do then is I'll go and play, I don't know, 3 or 4 games live where I'm commentating and everything, and I'll pick maybe the 2 best games, or even if it's just one game that, you know, there's a lot of clips in, for instance, and, you know, I'll just go and take out the best stuff and the more interesting things. There he is with his first interception. Get ready to see that a lot. But what he did yesterday in this game impressed me so much. I'm actually trying, in this one, this is the Road to Glory account, so what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to score goals with Zaha, to try and get that Ivory Coast, score 4 goals in 4 separate wins with Ivory Coast players. So I had Javinho on the bench, and I'm literally just trying to score goals with Zaha. And I'm obviously just getting footage for the Road to Glory so that I can, you know, talk over it at the beginning. But the performance that he put in a few of the games really impressed me. But this one in particular, I literally just wrote down. Right, like what I normally do is if something happens in like the 12th minute, for instance, I'll write down number 12 on a sheet of paper, so when I'm editing I know what minute to go to look to see what happens. I just wrote down Totyn Henderson. That's like literally all I wrote, because the entire game, maybe from this minute onwards, he's made 1 interception so far, but it just comes thick and fast. It's like every couple of seconds he's involved, and I'm not trying to force the ball to him. Normally, see, I would force it backwards or something, but we are just going forward. He's playing in a CDM role, so it's that's a great goal from Sane. I was going to square it, and I thought, you know what, just get the goals, because I'm not playing Weekend League this week. I just want Rivals points, and I also wanted to get to level 30, and I had to get a certain number of goals and Rivals points and things like that for certain objectives. But yeah, he's playing CDM, and he is much better there than he is a box-to-box, because I tried him out as a box-to-box midfielder initially. There he is again to make a challenge, and I give it away. Of course I do. But don't worry, because he'll be on the case again in a second, I'm sure. I was... There he is. Bang. Just stops it, gets it clear. Not a bad ball, but we don't have anyone to aim for. And he's in there again with some sort of karate kick thing. Unbelievable. Played him as a box-to-box for a little while. We've got Kante in the team as well. And it just didn't... He was alright, but he just felt a bit sluggish, because my centre mids get forward, you know. They are box-to-box. They go back and they come forward. And he isn't quick enough for that. So if you are going to use him just as if you use a 4-3-3 and you don't tell anyone to stay back and you just have 3 sort of roaming central midfield players, you're not going to enjoy him, because he's going to get on your nerves when going forward. He needs to be, there he is again, that guy that literally just sits in front of the back 4 and behind the midfield 2 or 3, and he just stays there and he mops everything up. You know, he's one of those sort of players, like a Roy Keane almost, you know. Maybe I'm going back too far there. Who's more relevant these days to do that? Possibly Kante. I don't know how far Kante gets forward in real life, but either way, he did such a good job. Joe Gomez, by the way, shout out to him. I don't know if I'll do a video on Joe Gomez, but if I decide to, then obviously this is... I'll elaborate on this, but he, since the upgrade, has been fantastic. There was an effort earlier in the game that you would have seen where he slides in and just takes the... not takes the ball, he blocks the ball. It was going in. The goalkeeper was absolutely beaten. David Dhir in this game, by the way, is not the man I thought he was. But yeah, it's going in, and he just makes a great sliding challenge. There's Totyn Henderson again. This guy, right, for the entire game, just stopped by him the entire time. He is basically a traffic warden, just handing out tickets. Like every time someone tries to go past Totyn Henderson in this game, he gets stopped in his tracks. And there he is again. It's time and time again. First half, second half in particular as well, he does it. I thought, first half performance is going to be fantastic. And then when we go to the second half, I'll lose my grip of the game and we'll completely fall apart, and he'll score goal after goal. The game ends without him scoring a goal, I think. Like I said, I'll show you the end sort of stats if you're interested. I think I recorded Totyn Henderson's stats actually as well. There's one mistimed lunge, but David De Gea luckily gets it. He's offside before you start thinking, oh, hang on, he does concede a goal. The things I'm not a massive fan of then, we might as well talk about these. Things I'm not a massive fan of, I don't like the agility, the balance and the speed. He's not the quickest of players. That is irritating. I'm not going to sit here and say that it's not a problem, because it is. It is irritating. However, it's not the be-all and end-all if you tell him to do what I did. And I told him to drop between the defenders and to cover the centre. So you'll see that he's always... There he is again, to make half a challenge, and then Gomez mops it up. But he's always there, you know. He's always between the two defenders, or just in front of the two defenders, and he stops everything that comes past him, which is just fantastic, because that's exactly what you want in your CDM. Now, I know a lot of people out there will have Kante, or they'll have Guardiola's, you know, base icon or something from swaps, or you'll have someone better than Totyn Henderson. So I'm not going to sit here and insult your intelligence by telling you that he is the best CDM that I've ever used, and you realistically need to go and get him, or you're going to lose all your games in Weekend League. That's not what this is. I just want to play with certain players, and Totyn Henderson happened to be one of those. And yeah, he's not the best player in the world, and his stats don't necessarily suggest that he's great, but he does actually go to a 90 rated CDM, and he had the half of his life here. He's an 84 rated, or a glorified 84 rated, Team of the Year nominee, and he just stuck a foot in constantly in this game. And you just wouldn't expect it, because he's not that great. I would like to shut this off here, because I completely ruined my... I mean, what is that? What am I doing? He moved his keeper very slowly. And I could see that he was doing it, and I still went, look at it, he's moving him, and I still went into that corner. I'm an idiot. If I'd just gone near post, that would have been a goal all day long. We are approaching the end of the first half, so what I'm going to do is show you the stats from the end of the game. So as you can see here, Zaha plays it through to Lucas Moura. We score a low driven, which ticks off an objective for me. My opponent's had enough, and he's gone, and that was the end of that. So... there we go. We've won 2-0. We did keep a clean sheet. Was it 15 minutes from time in this game? And you can see the stats there over on the right-hand side. What I decided to do then was just look to see what Totyn Henderson did. So he only made 3 or 4 tackles, which confused me because he put in so many. And then I realised... You can see the passes completed and the dribbles completed as well. And I'm not like hammering him or anything, you know. It's just that's natural. That's what happens naturally. And he's so clinical. He's got like 90+% dribbles completed and pass completion, which is just crazy. But the tackles, they don't count unless you're pressing B to make the challenge. So sometimes I don't press anything and I just jockey into them. We take the ball and press pass. But obviously it doesn't count if you do that. So to sum up the card very briefly before I leave you, it was fun. It was one of those sort of meme cards that you put into your team. You don't expect it to be very good and it actually impresses you. And that is more enjoyable to me in this game than, you know, using Mbappe or something. You know, using a player that shouldn't be good and still managing to stop everything that your opponent can throw at you, even if they've got icons and they've got these super expensive players. I'm stopping them with Totyn Henderson's Team of the Year nominee. I'm not stopping them with Kante, which was even funnier. And then, of course, he rage quit in the end, which was hilarious. And that, to me, I'd just get more pleasure out of that. So if you're like me and you like that sort of thing, then obviously you're going to like this card as well. Give it a try. You're not going to lose anything. What have you got to risk, really? If you have enjoyed this and you want to see more of this type of thing, then all you need to do is hit the like button. Of course, let me know in the comment section down below if there are any players out there that you love that are just really low rated or just don't look that great but actually turn out to be monsters in game. Subscribe to the channel if you're in here, and until the next time, goodbye.
Football Index. The game changed. Download the app now.